Get all of this for $315.
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to.
Hey everyone, Steven here at My Life Outdoors. So, backpacking can get really expensive. Trust me, I know. But it doesn't have to be. If you or someone you know wants to try backpacking before sinking a bunch of money into your gear, then you really need to watch this video, because today I'm going to tell you how you can go backpacking all in with decent gear for less than $315. This is going to be a two-part video where I talk about all the gear that you need in this video, and I'll be putting out a second video talking about clothes. Now keep in mind that this is a budget list. When picking this list, I prioritized cost over everything except for safety. But I didn't just pick the cheapest stuff I could find. Most of these items are big brand name items, and all of it is gear that either I've personally used or at the very least feel comfortable recommending it. So this isn't the lightest or the best, but it will get you into the backcountry all for less than $315. So let's check it out. Tent. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna need is a tent. And the cheapest tent that I've been able to find that I would still be comfortable taking into the backcountry is the Kelty Tanglewood two-person tent. This thing is only $80. It's well made by a reputable company. It's fully seam sealed and waterproof, but you will pay for this tent, not in cash, but in weight. This is a very heavy two-person tent at 6 pounds and 7 ounces. I know, but I have some ideas on how I can cut almost 2 pounds from this tent that I'm gonna be covering in a later video. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to do so. Now, if you're willing to spend just a little bit more money to save some weight, then I recommend the $165 Nature Hike Cloud Up two-person tent. It's a really good option. The Cloud Up 2 is twice the price, but it's half the weight. I have a full review on this tent that I will link in the description below. Sleep system. Next, you're gonna need a sleep system, and for the weight and the price, it's really hard to beat closed cell foam pads. These are not bad pads. There are a ton of hardcore backpackers that swear by these things. They're lightweight, they have decent insulation, but they're not the most comfortable sleeping pad. This one is the Thermarest Z-Lite sleeping pad. It is $39, but to stay underneath that $315 mark, I'm gonna recommend the Thermarest Ridge Crest that is $10 cheaper. The only difference between these two pads is that the Z-Lite folds up nice and neat, where you have to roll up the Ridge Crest, which can be, I don't know, a little bit difficult. Pair that with a Kelty Cosmic 20 synthetic sleeping bag, which is only $100, and you have a really good 3-season sleep system that will keep you warm all the way down to freezing temperatures. I've used a down version of the Cosmic 20 for many, many years, as you can probably tell here, and it's a really good bag for the price, the warmth, and the weight. Pack. Okay, the backpack. Now, it's really hard to recommend a good, inexpensive backpack because backpacks, well, they're just not cheap. But prioritizing cost, I recommend the $60 Gonex 65-liter pack, mainly because I've used it and I know that it's a decent pack for the price. I do want to caution you though, because if you're going to backpack more than just 1 or 2 times, like if you're pretty sure that you're going to enjoy this and you want to do it for years to come, then spend a little bit more money and get something more like this Deuter Air Contact 65 plus 10. This is a little bit older version of this pack, but I've used it many times and I've lent it out to a lot of different people, and it's a really good pack for the price. But it's also about 2/3 of our budget at $200. So you decide what's more important to you. Or if you're looking for a great brand name pack at an affordable price, I recommend looking at outlet websites like Sierra Trading Post or Left Lane Sports. You can sometimes find really good deals on discontinued packs. Just keep an eye out, and if you find a good deal, well then buy it. Cooking. For the price and the weight, it's hard to go wrong with the BRS 3000 titanium stove. This thing is only $16 on Amazon, and it's the lightest stove on the market at just 1 ounce. It uses a little bit more fuel than the more expensive brands, but a lot of hardcore ultralight backpackers swear by this stove. Don't forget to get a Bic lighter at your local gas station for less than $1. So originally I was gonna try to make this under $300, and I was gonna tell you to get a cheap cook set from Walmart for $6, but after I went and looked at the thing, I decided I'm not gonna take that into the backcountry. So instead, I'm gonna up the price just a little bit to $315 and ask you to get the Toaks titanium pot like this one. This thing is only $30. This is my go-to pot right now. It's light, it's cheap, and it's high quality. Water treatment. Okay, so for water treatment, if you want to save all the money that you I can recommend a couple of things. You can boil all your water to kill potential bacteria and parasites, but that takes more fuel and then you gotta wait for your water to cool down. Or you can use just a little bit of bleach to kill dangerous pathogens. The CDC recommends 2 to 3 drops of household bleach per 1 liter of water. Wait about 20 minutes before drinking. But if you don't like the idea of drinking bleach, and I don't blame you, and you're willing to spend just about $20 more, then I recommend you get the Sawyer Mini water filter to filter your water. This isn't the fastest water filter, but it is the cheapest, and a lot of people use these filters, so you can't go wrong with a Sawyer Mini. Combine that with a couple of smart water bottles, and you will fit right in with the ultralight backpacking crowd. Okay, so a couple of things that are not on this list, but you're still going to need is a good first aid kit. You can find lots of information on the web for how to assemble your own for cheap, or I can link to a basic, inexpensive kit that I use in the description below. You're also gonna need a good headlamp because it's really useful for when you want to be able to see in the dark, but still have both your hands free for cooking or setting up a tent or something like that. But you can use a standard flashlight as well if you don't want to spend the money. And the other thing that's not on this list is a knife, mainly because most people seem to have some type of a pocket knife, so you don't need to buy a new one when you're trying to save money like we are here. So that's just about all the gear that you need for backpacking, and it's all under $315 when you total it all up. Tent, $80, sleeping pad, $30, the sleeping bag, $100, the backpack, $60, the stove, $16, and the cook set, $30. The total comes out to $315, not too bad for 13.6 pounds. Now, you will add a little bit of weight when we start talking about clothing. Don't forget there's another video coming, but even with the clothes, this is still a great weight for the price. And to be honest, I was impressed that I was able to keep the price this low and still be comfortable recommending this gear. So all in all, this is a really great setup at an unbelievable price. But what about you? What would you change in this loadout? Maybe a more comfortable sleeping pad? Seriously, I want to know, so drop me a comment below. And since you made it this far, go ahead and like this video. YouTube will show it to more people if you do, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, you might notice that I'm wearing a Take a Seat shirt. You may remember my video from a few weeks back about how I always try to take a chair in the backcountry. I was going to recommend a chair for this loadout, but I couldn't find one at a price and a weight that I really felt comfortable recommending. So no chair on this one, but if you're willing to spend about $100, $120, make sure to get a Helinox Chair Zero and take a seat. And if you'd like to have a shirt just like this one, you can buy one from my store that I will link in the description below. All proceeds benefit a good cause, which is me and this channel. So if you want to support me and you want a really cool shirt that says take a seat, let everyone know what kind of backpacker you are, one that always takes a seat, and buy a shirt. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at My Life Outdoors, and as always, thanks for watching. I know, I don't really have enough subscribers to start offering merch, but hey, I couldn't pass it up.